Hi, welcome back to Future Fast. And once again, we have Dr. Shyam Parakash Sharma, a renowned astrologer, Sanskrit scholar, and also scholar in Indian ancient system as well as Vedas and Puranas. And we've already had two conversations with him. And if you have missed any of the conversations, I sincerely urge you, please go back and look up. And particularly in this conversation, we're going to discuss uh, what we discuss with an astrologer, the future. So, Shama, once again, thank you so much for making time to be here with us on Future Fast. Welcome to Future Fast once again.
Okay, thank you.
So, uh, well, in last two conversations, we talked a lot about your understanding, and in fact, I had many questions also on that regard. You clarified, you responded from the Vedic perspective, and also from your perspective, how what changes have to be brought in the way the interpretation happens on the ritual side and all that.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and those of you in the audience and listeners who have missed it, please do go and catch up on that. Want to start since we didn't talk much about the future, and as an astrologer, what you see is the future. So,
Okay.
what do you see in the future for to start with our state of Karnataka?
See, currently in Karnataka state, as we all know, that Mysore land case, that is Muda scandal is going on.
I'll just interrupt for the record. This recording may be captured, I mean, maybe made public sometime later, but this is being recorded on September 24th, Tuesday at 10:48 a.m. Yes, please go ahead. I mean, if the time matters, of
Exactly.
yes.
Thank you so much. So, as we all know that the Muda case is going on between and the Cold War is going on between Karnataka CM and Karnataka Governor. Uh, Today at 12 o'clock, 12 noon, the verdict, according to the media channels, the verdict is going to be at 12 noon. That is, today means the 24th September. Now it is just 10:48 a.m. So still 1 hour 12 minutes we have. Earlier time we are predicting. Basically, we don't have the exact birth details of Mr. Siddharamaya, who is the Chief Minister of Karnataka. I would like to tell you one thing. If you want to know your predictions, means personal predictions regarding to a person, you must have three basic inputs: date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. These three are the most essential inputs. But very unfortunately, we know the place of birth of Mr. Sidramaya, but not exact date of birth and not exact time of birth. So we cannot predict his future or anything regarding to Mr. Sidramaya most accurately based on his horoscope. Because in many places in public, he has told very clearly that he doesn't know his exact date of birth and time of birth. So when a person doesn't know his exact date of birth, or if he knows even the exact date of birth and if he doesn't know the time of birth exactly, then we cannot prepare the horoscope properly. So then what we are supposed to do as an astrologer means we are supposed to take the first letter of his name. So his name, it falls in Siddharamaya. Siddharamaya or C means SI. That falls in Shatabisha Nakshatra, Kumbha Rashi. Yeah, everybody should make a note of this very properly. His nakshatra falls in, according to, we call that in Sanskrit as Nama Nakshatra. If his birth star is known, then it is called as Janma Nakshatra. We are not predicting on his Janma Nakshatra, we are predicting on his Nama Nakshatra, means based on the first letter of his name, which is Siddharamaya, for which Shatabisha Nakshatra, Kumbha Rashi comes. So, the next question will be from your side is how the Kumbha Rashi is uh, as of September 24th, right? So
Oh,
today, if you see the today's planetary positions and especially moon's position, today is Mrugashira Nakshatra. Still Mrugashira Nakshatra, moon is in Vrishabha Rashi. When moon is in Vrishabha Rashi, for Kumbha Rashi, it will be the fourth Rashi, for which the regular planetary motions predictions means Gochara Phala is not so good. I am repeating, for Kumbha Rashi. It may be for Siddharamaya or for any other who is in Kumbha Rashi, either by birth star or by name star. For them today and for another 2-3 days, it is not so good because moon's position is currently in Vrishabha Rashi according to Aryabhatiya Ganita, and according to if you want to see according to Durganita Panchanga. 1 second, I am just verifying that. So according to Durganita Panchanga, now Mrugashira Nakshatra Mithuna Rashi is going on. According to, because in the very first meet only, I told you very clearly that basically in astrology we have two basically different kinds of calculations. One is Aryabhatiya, the second one is Durganita. Usually I follow Aryabhatiya much. Okay, so according to Aryabhatiya, still the moon is in Vrishabha Rashi, but according to Durganita, it is in Mithuna Rashi. When we consider both, the time is not so good for Kumbha Rashi for another 3 days. So the result, the verdict, what we can expect from the Honorable High Court, the judge of the Honorable High Court, is it may not be towards
not in
Mr.
favor
Siddharamaya,
of the.
not in favor of Mr. Siddharamaya.
Okay.
So the possibility is either he may appeal to Supreme Court also. That possibility may also is there in front of him.
Okay, what is the likelihood of him continuing in the office given, I mean, your observations?
That's what, because basically when you come to the part of mundane astrology, as I was telling, Sun is with Ketu. When Sun is along with Ketu in Kanya Rashi and the Sun is moving towards his debilitation position, means Nichasthana. So that gives some political, various kinds of political issues in state or country or the world. As I was predicting, even Lebanon has launched rockets with towards Israel yesterday. This has happened because of the combination of Ravi and that is Sun and Ketu in a single Rashi. When the Sun is posited with Kuja or Shani or Rahu or Ketu or aspected by these planets, then definitely possibility of war certainly it takes place either in country or state or in the world.
So when do you see a similar alignment happening in future? Do you see any such alignment happening in future?
Exactly after 7 months. Now only I am
We are in
predicting
September, October, November, December, January, February, March. In March, around 24th, 21st?
Yeah, maybe. In the month of March and April, definitely you have the possibility. March 13th to April 14th. Even I
Okay.
am going to predict the date also.
Okay.
Between March 13th to April 14th, April 13th, 1 month, 30 days. Exactly in that 30 days, in future, 2025, I am predicting.
There will
In
be a war.
2000, definitely there will be a war
What
or
scale of war?
1 second, I am telling you. Either there will be a war or any kind of terror attacks, or any kind of major clashes between two major countries.
Does it involve India?
Possibilities are quite less.
Oh, okay. So it's more likely to be on the Middle East or Europe?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe in that part, definitely it's going to happen. Or even maybe in the eastern part of the world also.
Oh, okay.
Even
Somewhere
even
towards
at the
Taiwan and China may
yeah,
blow up?
even that's what I am saying. Even at the worst condition, even China may come into the picture.
But it
directly
won't
or
involve
indirectly.
India. It won't involve India.
India won't involve. But China, it has the possibility of coming directly or indirectly, because as we all know, China, they are very intelligent people. They don't come onto the picture directly. Indirectly, they do everything. And that will be known to the world later. So even that possibility is also there.
Okay, interesting.
So
So
7 months back only, I'm predicting about this also, because as you asked just now, when the next future war may be, this war
right.
will also be like a cold war. It will continue, but again in March and April, the possibility it may go ahead, or new war may happen between two countries,
Okay.
or any kind of terror attacks, or any kind of major communal clashes, or any kind of assassination of any political person around the world, or accidents, or major illness. Whatever I have predicted, any of these things, any one of these things,
So
or many of these
something
things may
which will have a significant political impact globally.
Yeah, definitely, because
And which will also
according to
involve death, either at a very leadership level or a lot
yeah,
of people in as
lot
a
of people in a country or in a province, because majorly according to mundane astrology, the sun is connected to politics
right.
majorly.
Right. So perhaps all the businessmen, if you're watching, between March and April 2025, avoid traveling to Southeast Asia, you say? It is most likely there?
Yeah, definitely.
Will
Because either it is in Southeast Asia, means the Arabian countries and Europe and other things, or towards east of our world. East of means east of India
Is
means
there a way you
Middle East.
can actually point it is most certainly Southeast Asia, or
It is quite difficult. It is quite
it's difficult?
because there is a lot of calculations involved in that, and just before some 1 month it can be done.
Oh, okay.
So
So
now by sitting
maybe
here
we should
7 months,
connect in February to check with you
yeah,
which part in March will it
yeah,
like happen. So one more question I had, is it possible to work backwards or re-engineer somebody's horoscope, like you said? Because now Mr. Siddharamaya's date of birth and time of birth you don't have, but you know he is the chief minister. You also have his uh, star according to his name, but
okay.
don't have the star according to his time of birth.
But yeah,
But
exactly.
using his position and what did you the name star as per his name, Nama Nakshatra?
Yeah, Nama Nakshatra, based
Yeah,
according
using
to his
that, can
name.
you go back and retrace his birth star and retrace his time of birth or date of birth? Is it something possible?
No, it's not possible.
Okay.
But by scrutinizing the person for a long time, if his date of birth is known and time of birth is not known, then by trial and error method, what we call yeah, yeah. So by trial and error method, then we can come to know the what we call as most important in astrology in a horoscope, lagna, ascendant. Then we can come to know perhaps this might be the timing, because for each and every lagna, the duration of each and every lagna is 2 hours approximately. 1 hour 54 minutes to 2 hour 6 to 7 minutes, like that. So based on that, we can predict.
So what could be the implication of what happens post 12 noon today? Uh, is it possible that Deputy CM will take over as CM? Is there a likelihood of that?
Possibilities are quite less.
Why so?
Because even for Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, his nakshatra and Rashi falls in Kritika nakshatra and Vrishabh Rashi. For that also, it is not so good. The time is not so good. There will be some internal conflicts or clashes between Congress politicians only for the CM chair.
So who could it be? Mr. Kharge, who may come
The
back to
possibilities,
technology.
what I think is the possibilities are there for Mr. Kharge or Jarkiholi. Even Mr. D.K. Shivkumar is in the race, and Mr. Parameshwar. There are some 4 or 5 people, and even Mr. M.B. Patil, who has announced very openly that I will be the next CM if CM gets down.
Okay, but your astrology, where would you put your weight behind from what you see as a
No, as a whole, we cannot say. That is the most of the people think like that, because even media channel they contact us and they ask who will be. We have to verify the horoscope of each and every person if they have the exact date and time of birth and place of birth. Otherwise, it
but
is
you are
quite.
certain it is not likely the deputy CM will be the CM. So it could be one of the other people.
See, now I can say that probability. It cannot be certainty.
Correct.
To predict certainty, I must have the exact horoscopes of each and every person.
Right.
Then only I can say very clearly that whether Mallikarjun Kharge's time is good, or DK's time is good, or Parameshwar time is good, or Jarkiholi time is good. To predict that properly, I must have the basic input properly,
Right.
without which I cannot predict.
What about India? You know, there are a lot of people who's saying various things, right? There are astrologers saying Prime Minister Modi will complete the term. There are people who are saying definitely he will not complete the term. So what does your prediction say there?
See, when you come to the part of Mr. Modi, his time is good till 14th May of 2025. You can note down the time, date, everything for next year. Till May 14th, his time is good. After May 14th, for almost 1 year or little bit more, that I cannot predict now, because the next year Panchanga has to come, then only I can predict. So for almost 1 year, let us have almost 1 year, his time is not good, because even Shani moves to 5th house, then Jupiter moves to 8th house. When Jupiter is in 8th house, various kinds of problems regarding the administration side he may have to face. So, and I think by that time he'll be fed up with the political system in our country, and he may not be interested in continuing. And as the BJP people, they have their own internal agreement. He may wants to take retirement, self retirement at that time. But if he has too much of pressure from his own party members or from the public, then the possibility of continuing for this complete term is there. Otherwise, it is not there.
Sorry. So, but it is quite unlikely. Is that?
Yeah, it is quite unlikely. Yeah, the possibility of not continuing is more than continuing.
Okay. Have you looked at who else from BJP could, or the NDA, because now they are an alliance and there were other people also aspiring to be Prime Minister. Now, if Mr. Modi is not the Prime Minister, then
Okay.
others may actually come back with the aspirations. So, do you
Okay.
have any views on who could be the next Prime Minister from NDA? Or at least at a high level, could it be someone from BJP or one of the alliance members?
Yeah, Mr. Nanjunda, you can become one of the best media reporter in the world. These things are actually asked by many people in media also. But basically, I keep on telling the same thing. If you want to know to the whole world, if you want to know who will be the next, or who can be the next, or who may be the next, exactly I should have the horoscope of such people. If you don't recognize the disease only, how can you give the treatment in medical science?
Okay.
Similarly, if I don't, basically, I must have the horoscope of the people or the person whomever you are asking.
Right.
That
Right.
too, the date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth must be exact.
Okay. One more thing, because we'd also talked about the rituals earlier.
Yeah.
Uh, is it uh, is it possible that, like, let's say, you just mentioned the challenges for Mr. Siddharamaya to continue as a CM.
Okay.
Is it possible that there are rituals that are prescribed in, in certain
Religious codes.
shastras, which, if he performs,
Okay.
that he could avoid these implications of the star movements, or
Yeah.
the
Can he
astronomical,
overcome?
which
Can
can
he
affect
overcome
this?
this? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Definitely. Anyone. It need not be Mr. Siddharamaya. Anybody can.
Does it
Anybody
really
can.
work like that?
It works. It works. But the only thing is, your prayer should be very pure and sincere, and it should be ethical.
But how do you justify somebody wants to be in the seat of power? How do we say that it has to be pure, ethical? I mean, holding on to power can be viewed.
In today's world, people get doubts, these kind of doubts, like what you have got. But when our great Kautilya has written the economics of Kautilya, wherein he clearly says that becoming or being a king is one of the most difficult job in the world, because everybody, those who want to ask, or to all the media channels also, media channel people also, I say that those who want to ask about the political issues, better you read Kautilya's Arthashastra, the economics of Kautilya. Then you
Correct.
will come to know how exactly a king should be, he must be.
See,
Because
one need not have intelligence to have an opinion. So,
yeah,
so that's
that
how.
is, that is why our people, people in our country, they ask whatever they want.
Well, we did talk about, I asked you about Sri Rama letting go Sita, and you mentioned that it was not basically because of some opinion of some laundry,
Laundryman.
right?
Yeah.
But the point is that it is possible that every laundryman to auto driver to anybody can have
Yeah.
a view and opinion on the performance of a chief minister. But
Exactly.
but
Okay.
but if the astronomical moments are complicated, even if the opinions are favorable, actions can be unfavorable. But if it is unfavorable to the person, by
Okay.
doing certain things, you say that can be changed or modified.
That can be changed or modified. That's what, on certain conditions. His request, earnest request towards the God, it should be ethical, it should be logical, it should be pure and sincere. It should not hurt majorly to many people. Because in politics, it is very, that's why I told you in the very just now, I told you that being or becoming a king is one of the most difficult job in the world, because a king is supposed to look very ferocious externally, but he should be very soft internally. This is what our Rajadharma Prakarana, in our Rajadharma Prakarana, it says that how a king should look like. He should look very ferociously, but in heart he should be. It is, the example given is like a coconut. The
But
external shell
outside
is
and soft.
very hard. But if you go into the inside, you will get the sweetness of that. Similarly, a king should look like.
Right. Well, are there dates or times which you think which are going to have a significant impact in the future? I mean, you did mention March to April period.
Yeah,
That is broadly a more likely a war situation.
yeah.
Are there any other dates one should be wary about from a future point of view before we uh,
See, before March, even Shani is posited in Kumbha Rashi, means in February, on February 13th, Sun comes to Kumbha Rashi. From that time onwards only, the time will not be good for the whole world.
Okay.
From February 13th onwards till April 14th, the time will not be good for the whole world. I am telling. It need not be for the India. It need not be for Karnataka or Gujarat like that, or it need not be for China or America. It is for the whole world. I am telling, because at that time in February, I am telling, at that time, Sun will be posited along with Shani, and Buddha and Shukra also joins over there. So 2 months back only, I predicted very earlier that various kinds of troubles are going to happen to females in the society. Just 3 days back, you
In
can
February, starting from February.
not February, maybe in June, July, June or July, I predicted. I have the clippings in my mobile.
Okay.
If you want, I can send you definitely. Various kinds of troubles, one or the other kind of troubles will be there in society for females. From the past 3 months, you are seeing one or the other troubles to females. Day before yesterday, also somebody was killed, and she was cut into some 50 pieces or something like that. And before that, one girl was raped, and before that also other girl was raped. And in West Bengal also it was just when I put after that within 10 days only in Bengal, that doctor was raped
So
and
can
killed.
you also say how long this scenario, when will this change from a positive?
But particularly for females, it depends on Venus planet.
And when is that momentum?
When the Venus is in weak positions in regular planetary motions, these things happens.
So when will that change then? By what time?
Currently, the time is quite good. According to Mundian astrology, currently the time is quite good comparatively. I am saying quite good for females. But again, when it comes to the concept of 1 second, I will tell you. November 6th. No, you can note down the date also. You can note down the date also. November 6th. Venus comes to Sagittarius sign, Dhanu Rashi. 1 second. Or at that time,
Well,
Kuja
that is a US election dates. So
1 second, I'll tell you. At that time, Kuja moves. So then 1 second, I'll tell you. Makara Shukra. So December 2nd onwards. So on December 2nd, Shukra moves to Makara Rashi, wherein he will be having the direct view of Kuja, who is in Nichasthana, debilitation position, means weakest position. So between December 2nd, and December 28th, you can note down the timings, date properly in advance. I am saying between December 2nd and December 28th, there are again possibilities, any kind of possibilities or issues regarding to females or celebrities or anything like that. In the worst condition, death. At the best condition, any accidents or illness like that.
well, in US elections, Kamala Harris is a presidential candidate.
Okay.
November 5th to 6th is elections in US. So is there a is that possible to see that her situation is favorable or her situation is weak? Because as a woman, if you're looking at it without her specific details.
When is the US election?
I think November 5th.
November 5th. 1 second. So actually for Kamala Harris, the first letter is Ka, means Mrigashira Nakshatra, Mithuna Rashi comes. Okay. According to Nama Nakshatra, I am saying Mrigashira Nakshatra, Mithuna Rashi comes. And 5th and 6th means it is Jyeshta and Mula Nakshatra. At that time, on those 2 days, her time will be quite good.
What about Donald Trump then? He's the other candidate, right?
Even his time will also be good. because he is Kataka Rashi. He is Kataka Rashi. His time is also good. The only thing is, Moon will be in sixth house for Donald, and Moon will be in seventh house for Kamala Harris
So
in
can you
Gochara.
put more weight on one of them? Who's most likely to win among them?
Maybe because I don't have the very beginning only, I'll tell you that I don't have the horoscope of both the people.
Correct.
Okay, just based on their name, I can say that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump both have the equal weightage actually.
Okay.
Both have the equal weightage. But uh, probably, I don't say most probably, Donald Trump may again re-elected.
Okay. Okay. So this is likely to be a very close election then.
Maybe possibilities are there like that. Because even when you
Can you predict like what happened in the last elections, right, where Trump lost against Biden? There was a near, uh, uh, I forget the term, like internal war, right? I mean, there were a lot of people, Trump supporters, even went and attacked the Congress. I mean, any such scenario is likely. Can there be some kind of a mutiny of sorts or a civil war of sorts or anything like that around
yeah,
the states
possibilities of any kind of clashes in the public in US may happen in those periods
around that time also?
during that time, because as I was saying, uh, the planetary positions may not be so good during that time. Planetary positions, because even Mars, will not be in good position. Mars is also related to political issues because he is the commander in chief in our astrology.
Mm-hmm.
So any kind of this also I'll predict you right now only. When Mars enters into Karkataka Rashi, I'll just see when he is going to enter. When Mars enters into Karkataka Rashi is October 20th. He is entering into Karkataka Rashi.
Mm-hmm.
October 20th, he is entering into Karkataka Rashi, and he stays there. Uh, oh, he stays for a long time because he is going into a retrograde position. So till the end of this samvatsara, he stays there only. So when Mars is in Karkataka Rashi, again there will be problems regarding some military affairs or issues across the world, because Kuja Mars majorly indicates military people, police in a country. So there will be various kinds of troubles to military people or police people. At the worst condition, even in that time also, there are possibilities of some terror attacks between two countries across the world.
So, so clearly, even November first week, election time of US.
Yep, some clashes or some troubles in the public may be there in US also.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so before we conclude, is there
Yeah,
anything positive you can leave behind for our audience and listeners?
positive, nothing is there. Because as you are seeing from the past 4 5 days, even that Tirupati Laddu issue. So that also, it need not be exactly Tirupati only. You can go back to my 9 months back, 9 to 10 months back prediction, wherein I have very clearly told that one of the other kind of troubles regarding the religious matters or religious people will take place because of Jupiter. For all kinds of religious things, you can see Jupiter majorly. When you see the position of Jupiter, Jupiter currently is in the enemy's house. Jupiter is in Vrishabha Rashi. That is, the lord of Vrishabha is Venus. Jupiter and Venus are enemies according to uh, astrology. And even in the next year also, very early I am predicting May 2025 to again May or June 2026. Remember properly, May 2025 to May or June 2026. Till that time, the time is not good for religious leaders, religious people, then matadipatis, pitadipatis, any kind of problems or death or assassination or any kind of troubles or
I
any
mean,
kind
this
of
is in India or global?
across the world, global, globally. Anything may
So
happen
even
which may,
let's say Catholic Pope
yeah, that's
believe
what I
in
am,
this, but it doesn't
definitely,
concern. So
exactly.
believe or not, it can have an effect.
Anything may happen. I am not saying only for it is Hindus, any religious leaders across the world. For 1.5 years, I am predicting in advance.
Not good as in there could be attempt on their lives and things.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Or any kind of, as we have seen the Tirupati Laddu issue. Similarly, any other religious religious scams or scandals may,
Associated with religion may come up and
definitely, I don't say may, it will come.
okay,
Okay. So much of assurance I can give you.
okay. So, but
Because I have strong belief in
you
my
still
predictions.
refuse to give anything positive. I mean, this is good or positive for those who don't believe in religion. So, should we say that okay, this is the positive for those who don't believe in religion?
For those who are in business and for those who are in the field of chartered accountants and such other related commerce field and those who are in some sports field, they will see some good things currently.
In the next 1 year?
Currently, I'm saying.
Oh, currently. Okay.
Currently. Because you are asking currently.
That is something good for people. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because I have to see the planet. When you ask such things, I have to see the planetary positions very properly. Then I should predict. So these are the possibilities.
Right. And lastly, before anything on the economy side for next year, economy is likely to pick up, get better.
I don't think it will be so good for the first 4 to 5 months in 2025 February onwards, February March onwards, because in March Shani is going to move towards Meena Rashi.
So generally economy will go down. And that's why
Economy,
you're also saying war is likely to start. So
yeah, everything
that will have an
will,
effect.
yeah, exact between February to May, the time will be the transition period of all the 4 major planets.
Okay.
You should remember this in earlier I am saying Jupiter is going to change on March 14th, 2025. Shani is going to change, Saturn is going to change on March 29th, 2025. Rahu and Ketu are going to change on May 18th, 2025. So, in May only, 3 major planets will change, and in March. So, you should take 1 month earlier and 1 month after. So, between February till June, the time will be the major transition period of all the major 4 planets, which will not be good for the world.
Okay. So I know I've been saying last, but this is really the last question. So
Okay,
do you
no
see
problem.
World War III happening anytime soon?
Already it has happened, but part by part it is going on.
Oh, so you see it is going to escalate to a World War III?
Yeah, definitely it may get enhanced.
By when? Not in 25.
Maybe may not, if it is not in 25, in between 2028 to 2031, 32 exactly, because in my first video also I have told this very clearly, very advanced. I am saying that in between 2028 to 2031 or 32, I have to see the planetary portions over there at that time. since when Shani will be in 2028, maybe 27 end or 28, when Shani comes to Mesha Rashi, major health issues, political issues, wars, natural calamities, every bad things will happen between 2027 end to 2030-31.
Okay, so that could well be the time for a World War III then.
Now, probably, perhaps at that time, most of the people, millions and millions people may die, or at the worst condition, some tsunami-like things or any kind of natural calamities may happen.
Oh, or could it be another COVID kind of a scenario?
That's what. That's what.
So if
Any
not a
kind
war,
of
it
that.
could be something like
If
that.
it is, or any kind of chemical or biological war.
Yeah. So okay, so it's essentially a man-made, what you say.
Exactly. Or it may be economical war also. In future, it will come. Nobody has predicted that. Actually, I am predicting very earlier. It may be economical war because they are going to ruin the economy of some other country so that they cannot come up. Even that kind of thinking will be there in that time.
Okay. Well, I all I can say is that make note, take note, look it up, and share it with all who you think will be interested, appreciate, and also the links to the videos which are currently made mostly in Kannada by Dr. Shyam Parakash Sharma. So you can, if you're familiar with Kannada, please follow. But do follow the channel because they're coming up with English version. So you will also be able to connect with that, and coordinates will be there if you want to consult him, reach out to him, or just follow. So thank you once again. Enjoy the ride. And Shama, once again, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
making time to be here with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.